Hey biscuits, welcome back. So I'm talking about a very important topic, which is your postpartum care kit. This is something I have put off so much doing. I don't know why, I just had this real mental block about making myself a postpartum care kit. Like, I bought all these fun learning activities and games and stuff for Abraham for postpartum because I knew, I won't be able to be as much fun as I normally am. But all this postpartum gear for baby girl. And then I just had this block. I'm like, I'll just tough it out. And I kind of white knuckled postpartum with my son. And I regret doing that because it made recovery physically and mentally just so much more difficult, I really didn't focus on postpartum care until he was like 2, like a year and a half, 2. It took that long for me to feel like I should focus on myself a little bit. And it makes such a difference to remember that, mamas matter, you need to focus on yourself a little bit. So I got this tub, and I just bought this at the dollar store. You could buy a snazzier one at Target or wherever you want. But I just wanted something that I could keep in my bathroom in my bedroom, and then I could carry around if I want to take it by the bathtub or for whatever reason, just kind of keep it organized. And it's got all of my postpartum gear that I really feel like I need. This time, I know a little bit more about what to expect, so I'm more focused on making sure that I have things that'll make me comfortable postpartum, that'll make my body feel better in those first, that first month right after giving birth. So the first thing I bought was, this is a fabulous squirty bottle. You fill it up either with an herbal compound of water that's soothing or just water. And anytime you go tinkles after giving birth, you just go squirt, 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 squirt. And it's whoever invented these beautiful bottles, we love you. Because it makes such a difference if you have a natural birth. Your lady bits, no matter how well it went, are going to be sore. And they want to heal. And this is a wonderful tool. So I actually bought one this time. Last time, didn't know what to expect. I had no idea. I don't know how nobody warned me about this. So I just used the bottle the hospital gave me, which didn't hold a lot. You had to really angle. It didn't have a little nosy thing on this. So much better. So much better. Because this time I want, birth to be as calming and beautiful as possible, and I want postpartum recovery to be joyful and about bonding and healing and not going, oh God, I forgot this, I really hurt, ow, ow. These basic things, right, that seem like we should all know as women. But even with all the women in my life that I have, I was the first in my group to have a kid, and just none of the older women warned me. Nobody thought to. Nobody gave me any advice for postpartum. Tons of parenting advice, tons of breastfeeding advice, pregnancy advice, all this, most of it unsolicited. But nobody really sat down and was like, it's really important to spiritually and physically recover and be joyful. Hold on, my shirt is doing weird things. To be joyful about the postpartum period and really know that, this baby's come into the world and is learning how to be a little human, but you're learning how to be a mama of 1, 2, 3, 4, however many kids you have, right? That this is this birth of you too. And so you have to spend time really thinking and loving on that, right? Okay, another thing I got was this is a balm. It's an organic soothing balm. Ooh, I don't know if that'll focus. Let's see, does it? I don't think it wants to. That you put on your little bits to soothe everything down, help everything heal faster, help swelling go down. I hear really good things. I never used one of these, any kind of balm or cream or anything on my bits postpartum, which was so stupid. I don't know why. I was into herbalism long before I had my son, and something about pregnancy and childbirth just made me become dumber about my own self-care. Everybody else I was taking care of, my own self-care, I became a moron on. I really did. So this, I'm also trying. This is going to be great. This is a bath salt. So I'm going to use this postpartum. When baby needs to have a little bath, she can lay on my legs. We'll do a little shallow bath rinse. And then I will soak all of my bits in this. It'll be great. It's soothing. It's got such good ingredients. Coconut oil, dead sea salt, white oak bark, comfrey root. Ooh, magnesium oil. That's really good for any muscle cramps that you get. Just soak your legs and your bottom and your lady bits in it. So that's in right in my bag, so I can just use it whenever. And you can also melt a bit of this in some warm water with this if you just want to have a little wee spray that'll help you. So I also bought for breastfeeding lanolin cream, so that just goes right on your breasts after you're done each nursing session, and it helps your breasts become sturdier, heal, and not get as sore and cracked as they can. So that's really important, because you got to think head to toe on all of this. So this is really good stuff. I love just 100% lanolin cream. Awesome stuff. Works as chapstick because your lips often are dry postpartum. Works great on your bosom. If you get little hangnails, you can even rub a little bit on there and it helps. It's just one of those creams that I love. Oh, okay. So you ladies all know, once you give birth, and this doesn't matter if you have a C-section or a vaginal delivery, you bleed, you just do. That is the process of giving birth. It is bloody and messy and painful and amazing, and you're bringing life in, but then you're like, oh, what do? I love the crunchy granola mama that I am deep down in my little hippie heart. Loves reusable things that don't have chemicals in them. So my pads that I always use anyway for my monthly cycles are reusable bamboo inserts, but I bought some extras that are some new ones that come in different sizes. So these are reusable period pads, and you wrap them in your underwear, click them over, they have little snaps, so they sit, and they come in different sizes. So this is one of the bigger ones, this is one of the smaller ones, washable, gets totally clean, does not smell, and these are little carbon, what's the right word, charcoal filters that are also washable. So I got a whole set of these plus the ones I normally use, so that I can just really easily change undies, change pads. You can even, if you want, you can spray these with a little bit of witch hazel and water and then put them in the freezer or keep them in the fridge, whatever works for you, as little padsicles to ice everything down. So I might do that, we'll see. Oh, you know what I don't have in here? But I do have witch hazel little cotton pads. They come in a big jar, and I keep them in my fridge. And then you take those out and you can put those on your bottom or on your front and just kind of cool things down if there's inflammation. It's great for, you know, the third trimester and for postpartum. I just don't keep that in my little basket here because I like to keep it in the fridge to keep it cool and have kind of a soothing sensation. And last but not least, after I gave birth, like the first couple weeks, I remember thinking this was an amazing substance, and how had no one ever told me about it? Like the hospital told me about it, and I was like, what is this? This is amazing. Oh yeah. So it's Dermaplast, and it's a cooling, like numbing agent that you spray, and it works great if you have hemorrhoids. So your better half might steal this if they have hemorrhoids. They might be like, oh, this is mine now. It's also great for swelling and pain after childbirth. Yes, it's awesome. Just spray front to back, bada boom. It's an amazing substance. It really is. I don't know how people, it cools and comforts, provides fast pain relief. Oh, it's great stuff. Really. Like, oh yeah, and it lasts a long time. I remember having 2 bottles of this, and I don't think I ever got to the second bottle. But yes, all the things for postpartum that are going to make you all comfortable and happy so that you can focus on the task that is mothering, learning about this new little person you've just given birth to, learning about how it's changed you to become a mother for the first time, or however many times you're becoming a mama, right? Every experience is different. So it's really nice to have a wee little basket that is just your goodies. If you have a ton of bathrooms, if you're quite fancy, you can have a basket in each room. I don't have a ton of bathrooms, so I'm just going to keep this in this little basket and kind of take it around to where I need it or anything. But yeah, invest in yourself. That's one of my big lessons in motherhood is I have spent so much time not investing in myself physically and mentally and just letting motherhood kind of drain me like it's a badge of honor to suffer. And it's not. It's unnecessary. You know, every single stage of motherhood has its difficulties that you cannot avoid. But when we start to focus on ourselves a little bit more and realize that, you know, it's valuable to take care of ourselves so that when we fill up our cup, we have something to pour into others' cups in our family, right? That's really been one of my mantras the last couple weeks, is like, you know, take care of myself as well. Don't feel guilty about that. And I know I so struggled that when I first became a mom. It was such a difficult thing. And I really feel like, you know, doing my work with self-care and doing my work with burlesque that I do professionally has taught me the value of being in my body, respecting my fabulous temple, and taking care of myself. You know, taking time for my mental health, taking care of my physical health, and how that ties all in to how joyfully I can parent and be a partner. You know, that it really makes a big difference. And more so than maybe women are allowed to feel, right? Because we're all taught to be a little guilty if we're taking too much time for ourselves. No, not at all. And postpartum is such an intense period for mama. You know, it's so intense that I really am trying this time to just be mellow, take it easy, and take care of myself and not feel guilty about that. Because I'm sure I will. I'm sure I'll have that little voice in the back of my head that's like, oh, shouldn't you be getting up and doing that? Oh, did you do that right? And I'm going to tell it to hush. I'm going to stick a potato chip in my mouth. I'm going to cuddle my baby. And take a nice salt bath. Those are my basic plans. Okay, my loves, I will see you in the next video. Thanks for requesting this. I got a bunch of DMs on Instagram saying, hey, will you do a postpartum care video? And I thought, I'm going to film it now. Boom. And then in my daily vlogs, I'll give updates on how all the stuff works. Okay, I'm going to see you in the next video. Big hugs. Ooh, giant hugs, because you can't have too many hugs. Oh, yeah. I was listening to something about how human beings in lockdown haven't been getting enough human contact, you know, and then you need cuddles. It reminded me of how valuable it is to cuddle your children, because they need that stress-releasing endorphins too that are like cuddles and love. Makes everybody feel safe and loved.